0-2. I'm
they
sorry.
They should have picked less. It's too much initiation.
They really did all in on this.
They really compensated from that game one, which I don't mind. I think it's way worse to have no initiation than too much. You know, as long as you still have other sources of damage and sustain and stuff in your draft, it works.
Yeah.
And I think it does suit like the C style of Dota to generalize it. I don't like generalizing regions, but I think if you look at C Dota, they tend to play better when they just have multiple ways to start fights. They can create some chaos. They can send people into the fights early. The fight goes on long. You have someone else jump in later. Having multiple jumpers just does a lot for a lot of these teams. It makes the game easier to play. You can make moves when you hit your timings. That was a big problem for Nemesis in that game one. And this might be the last game they play here at this international. So they really have to step it up. Be aggressive, be confident. That's how you're going to win this game right here. You do not want to let Boom settle into this game two with a very scary scaling lineup with a very strong Morphling pick. And in my opinion, the best pick of the draft, this Abaddon, looks really good for Jabs. His lane might be a little tough, but man, they got this Abaddon versus Queen and Batrider. You're kind of good versus Dawnbreaker for a lot of the game until Dawn slowly outscales you. That's like whatever, but you mitigate a lot of his burst damage off his two spells. There's just so much to remove with the shield here. I feel like Nemesis have a big issue skirmishing into the Abaddon for a long time this game. If Jabs is there at the start, in the front line, shielding the Void Spirit, shielding the Morphling. It's just nasty.
I guess I mean, I didn't love their double melee matchup last time, and I like it even less this time around. Abaddon Earthshaker is even worse, in my opinion. Because at least Tiny has toss, right? He could do certain things like he was doing where he's tossing the Ursa away from himself and onto the silencer. The Axe has some pretty good aggression with the Battle Hunger. It's really annoying for the 5 position to play against Axes nowadays. Akashi actually got a deny on a bounty rune. So they got 2 bounty runes to the 1 on the side of Boom. So start off with advantage for Nemesis in this game too.
It's pretty nice. The one thing the Shaker can do is affect the lane equilibrium.
Yeah, we're going to see Tim's from behind the creep wave.
I honestly would...
There he goes.
I would be confident if I'm Boom here of getting out of this lane even. I think it's going to be difficult for Nemesis to extract an advantage with Clock terribly here, unless the Clock plays the first few waves super well, because you're going to affect equilibrium, you're going to draw back, and you can't really dive a Abaddon Shaker under the tower with this duo. At least you shouldn't be able to. Terrorblade does not pressure lanes too well when the lane's super far up very early. Like, you kind of miss some of your early meta potential. You might not even use it super early here, depending on where this wave ends up. And Clock also suffers when the equilibrium gets shoved very early because he can't run you down the lane. You can't really contest this melee support, who also went boots first because he's not playing the lane at a fair point. So I think Boom are going to get out of this lane. That's another reason I like the Abaddon pick. Like, the lane looks kind of tough on paper, but I think when you play it out, it ends up being better. I would like to see Nemesis put more pressure through their mid lane. The meta does come out bottom with a nice cog, so at least you caught Jabs once.
Nothing too crazy, though. Still has plenty of regen to work through. Mid matchup, this time we're going to have the Quap versus the Void Spirit.
And Nemesis need to do a better job of using that Queen of Pain mid than they used Mac in the game 1.
Level 2 on Raven.
He's dead here eventually.
Yeah.
They want to commit to chase.
I think he's close enough to hit that Starbreaker, and he is.
A lot of mana for Raven, but you'll absolutely take it. Does lose the Courier, that kind of sucks. However, First Blood, nice start for him. And I was going to say, I think Dawnbreaker's been Raven's best hero this tournament. Like, he's looked really good on it. And this is you got to remember, this is a carry player to the offlane fairly recently. A lot of times, the early success for those transitioning from that role to this other role is heroes that can scale well. Because carry players know how to scale. They know how to impact the game in the later portions. Dawnbreaker is one of those. You can fight early, you can contribute, you can go utility, but you can also just be a late game monster.
I would say also heroes that their movement around the map is simpler, right? When I play carry, I like playing Spectre because I have an ultimate that just allows me to impact the team fights in some way, and I don't actually have to think about my positioning on the map outside of just like farming safely, right? Same thing with Dawnbreaker, right? You just farm up, and then when the team makes some sort of play your ult can impact, you drop that ult.
Yeah. You just like griefing your team because you're bad at carry. I get it.
It's
a very fair point.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you're in a talent party that is entirely made of supports.
Oh, I thought you were saying Raven's griefing his team by... picking carry offlaners that are simple to move around the map.
No, I think for him it'll work.
Commendable.
Commendable.
Not your Spectre pick. That's not commendable. That's reportable. I will say, looking at the John Wells' role in this game,
Yeah.
like he had a really nice game 1 on that pug. Now, this looks a lot more difficult. He's kind of playing a 5 Mirana that got sidelined a bit in terms of draft priority because he has not the greatest setup here. Like, you have support Shaker, which is generally playing for himself. He's not setting up an arrow. The Void Spirit's your best setup, but your other 2 cores are doing nothing for you. Moonlight Shadow could be an impactful spell this game versus all the initiation from Nemesis. That's something to think about. They start trying to find people with Batrider Queen going in, and you're all Moonlight Shadowed. Can cause you some big problems.
He's got to be pretty happy with this lane setup, though, right? He's against Batrider and Dawnbreaker, and he has mobility from the 5 roll.
The mobility's nice. He's going to be hard to kill.
Yeah.
So if he can
not much
farm,
Batrider and Dawnbreaker can do once he got level 2.
This just might be one of those Mirana games where you don't try and do too much. You just kind of farm up and build some utility, and your impact in the game is bringing a lot of net worth to the team fights, being annoying to kill. You can't get rid of the utility.
Do like the Mirana Snake King, where he's just like playing in your jungle the entire time and just being a menace, breaking your smokes and seeing your movements.
I think that would work really well for them in this game. I think Nemesis do have the tempo advantage if they really can push it. A lot of that will come down to this laning phase. So far, laning phase going Boom's way a little. You have this Queen of Pain kind of suffering mid. This lane is not going amazing for Mac right now. I mean, he's laying into Armel, but the net worth
I thought you were talking about Armel, because Armel's the one who's about to die.
Here.
Wait a minute. Ooh, does not hit the Remnant. Jing with the blood grenades. He's going to die to the neutrals instead of the blood grenade. Mac gets another dagger on him. He gets the shield back for it.
That's a triple ranged right there.
This is going to hurt to lose, but he doesn't really have too many other options here. As yet another dagger comes through. He'll blink forward to finish him off. John Well, he doesn't get the deny. Instead, he goes for the kill on the back and will manage to get that much for it.
Well, that definitely helps Mac here. Getting that kill. He was behind in net worth. That pushes him ahead. This Queen matchup can be really difficult for the Void Spirit at that like level 3 dagger point, and you're always looking for that Sonic Wave kill. This will guarantee hit 6 well above the Void Spirit. He's almost a level ahead now. Big pressure point for Nemesis if they can use it here. I mean, I'm going back to mid when my Queen arrives here. I want to use Sonic Wave. Wherever Mac goes, support him, especially 6-minute power rune spawning. There's no reason to concede this.
Tim's would be nice little pick-off, and they'll find him. Harris is able to run him down with Battery Assault. Good matchup for the Clockwork, made even better by a mid who can capitalize on it.
See, if you make the right play, you get rewarded with the rune.
I don't think that's how that works.
Gabe knows. Knows when you're sleeping. Knows when you're awake.
He's not Santa Claus. Armel, again, stuck in a situation where all he can do is turn and fight, but this time around it works out for him. He gets level 6 and uses that to step through the Batrider and claim another kill. What a turn there, as Nemesis thought they were really going to keep Armel down with the second death in lane, but instead, he's now top net worth.
I don't think the idea was bad of pressuring the mid with the Sonic Wave, but I think you have to chip him a little bit there. This hero's just so tanky with Wand Bracer early. It's like 1100 HP. Just not enough damage. No deny coming out. The thing is, he did not miss off the Starstruck.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was hoping that the Starstruck would give him the miss
pretty
chance.
Unlucky in a way.
60%, 3 seconds.
At least spirits are good in this elimination series. Another solid laning phase for Boom, though.
Another Helmet Dom.
Another Helmet dominating. Well, think about it then. If a Baden gets Helmet Dominator and he gets... Oh, what an arrow connection there. That's a huge pickup around this mid lane. Again, just shutting Mac down. He's the lowest net worth core out of this lane phase by a decent margin after the failed Sonic Wave plus that death. Not good news for Nemesis. And this hero does not play well into a Baden. Like, the skirmish power is rough because he went to dagger build You're throwing daggers, they get dispelled. That's a lot of your damage and chase down gone.
Yeah, he heavily committed. I feel like a lot of Quaps in this matchup would have gone 2 levels dagger. Dawnbreaker ult comes through. Can they do enough to get a kill? They've got Tims out of the situation. They're still trading 1-for-1 with double ultimates being dropped to get that Earthshaker kill. It is not an equal trade.
No, that's a big commit. It does win you the power rune here.
That's true.
Gets max of gold. Not the worst outcome, but it does feel like Boom are just skirmishing better around this mid lane right now. And they have 2 side laners free farming. You look at Sabaton and Morphling at the top of the chart. They're just vacuuming up this farm while you're stuck in this 3v3, 4v3 mid if the Dawnbreaker's joining. It's another free farm game for Jackie.
The Terrorblade and the Dawnbreaker are both keeping up in net worth in that regard.
For sure.
But yeah, the biggest discrepancy, that Quap very far behind. And then the 2 supports of Boom. Quite the lead against their opponents as well.
Anyway, what if Jabs gets a Purge creep?
Or just double purges?
That's double. That's 2 Abaddons for the price of 1.
That's the stupidest thing you've ever said.
That's definitely not the stupidest.
I like that's what you're
the arrow
about
lands.
That. It did.
Okay. Nothing. Gentleman's agreement. We all back.
Kashi. It's really not working for you.
Yeah,
it's not working.
Okay. There was just no call. They're going through the gate from top?
I don't know. I mean,
that was bizarre.
Twice now we've got some sort of weird gate situation.
I mean, that's massive. That's a bad Terrorblade that's giving up a lot of assist gold into a free tier 1 with this helm push. Nemesis really having trouble finding pressure points in these games. They're not really identifying the right numbers they need to bring to get these kills at the right points.
And another rune for Armel.
Another great rune, too.
Well, it's at about this point in time that Raven may have to put his carrot pants back on because it is not looking good for the other course. That smile.
I mean, they're enjoying all this early game right now.
There's the Siege Wagon pushing in, and the offlaner behind you. Expect this mid tower to take some decent damage.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. You win the laning phase with support Shaker, you've got to be happy about that.
Yeah.
Because this hero is a big payoff hero. Can still do a lot from this position as long as you don't fall behind and are getting run down on the map, which there was potential to have happened. Bad Rider Clock, this support duo can make Tim's life miserable in this game, but he's getting away with a lot right now. Team is swarming top. Looking at this tier 1. Any defense?
Yeah, I mean, they're showing so many heroes. They pop meta, I guess, to try and push the offlane tower on the other side, but you're probably not sticking around for very long.
This helm for Jabs has done some work. 3 tier 1s down by 11.5 minutes. Nemesis having trouble finding an equal exchange. TPs are going to come through from Boom. They do not want to give this up for free.
No, they certainly shouldn't. Armel, he'll be the first one in. Catches Eris, who is trying to see some of these TPs. And he'll catch the Void Spirit, or be caught by the Void Spirit, rather. 5,000 net worth lead for Boom as a result.
It's a valuable kill for this Void Spirit. Again, more XP and time for Tim's just farming down here. Everything is coming up Boom right now. 5K gold lead.
I mean, there really hasn't been anything that's gone Nemesis' way the entire series, considering that scoreline.
And this Abaddon is just so strong in this game. The fact you take all these tier 1s, he can just sit on your side of the map. You can't kick him out. Another effective solo kill here from Armel with another power rune. Somebody stop the man.
And we're coming up on 14 minutes. The way that Boom is steamrolling this laning phase, I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to be taking your Wisdom Shrine, too.
I have a suspicion it might just be Jab sitting there going, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Might not even take the whole team.
In which case, I mean, the supports are still looking for 6. At least Eris is.
Just getting outmaneuvered here.
Not much point to a clockwork without a hook shot. He's got it now, thanks to soaking away some of the experience from Akashi farming Ancients.
I mean, your comeback potential lies in your spell power. Got to combine these ultimates. The hook shot, the Solar Guardian, the Sonic Wave, Lasso. You got to start combining these in sets of 2 or 3, bringing big core targets down, opening the map back up, because you lost a lot of ground with these tier 1s going down.
And you probably got to do all that playing away from the Abaddon.
Yeah, that's the issue. This guy is just an untouchable force around the map, and I like where Jabs is playing. He's up in their face. He's stealing Ancient camps away. He's taking farm away from you, giving a lot of information to the team. Just being incredibly annoying right now.
I think Nemesis is going to play to steal Boom's Wisdom Shrine. Because, yeah, they've already made the pay for it.
Might be the better play.
But now look at Tim's setup, man. He's set up on the high ground. He got a high ground ward as well. And it's going to cost him so much to be able to get this kill. If they can't get the kill at all, and Echo Slam gets thrown down, Dawnbreaker ultimate is going to come through, and they go after this Earthshaker. Tim's not dead yet, thanks to the Batten Shield. Finally, they get him, but it costs them everything they had. Nemesis has very little left. Good Sunder out from Akashi. As Mac tries to take advantage of it, didn't have the damage to finish off Armel, while Jabs continues to sit on this Wisdom Shrine, daring Raven to continue this fight, but it's not a fair fight. It's a 1 versus 3. The rest of Boom are still not here, still not up into this high ground, blocked out by the Cogs. Finally, Jack Boys will get here. The Wisdom Shrine has been taken, and Nemesis, are they going to turn and fight? They're going to try. Sonic Wave goes out, doesn't hit much, and a big explosion of damage out from Jack Boys on Armel that takes out 3. A teleport away from Akashi, a desperate play. It will work for him. He TPs out successfully. Jing will push forward, tries to get the kill, and John Well could not finish him off despite all the sticky napalm. It is Boom once again walking away the victors of another fight, another matchup against Nemesis.
Dude, those Starfalls were so impactful from John Well. He got in there, Starfall and everybody, stolen Queen of Pain Scream going into 4. Just a massive damage spike coming out from this Morphling plus the Mirana. You got 3 Starfall, 3 arrows off in that. Crazy value from this 5 Mirana. Having himself a game here. Nemesis just get out-skirmished straight up. That was a fight where the support from Boom was incredibly late. Again, the Abaddon just takes so long to kill. But that's the kind of fight you want, where you can wear through his ult, bring him down in the end, and then still have enough fighting power to do something. It just took so long and so much. The fact you had to expend the lasso on the Shaker at the very end, too, that really hurt. You did not want to have to do that.
Yeah, if they could have killed the Earthshaker without that, the Abaddon dies, then you've got a free lasso on your hands for the second part of that team fight.
Yeah, you might catch the Morphling, you might... You know, when he blinks in on that Queen of Pain, you might be able to lasso him there. You might be able to lasso this Void Spear when he goes in. It's not the worst outcome, though. Like, you basically drew even out of it, which, given the game state at the time, is not the worst.
I guess so. But Jackie seems to be in a similar position to Game 1.
And Blink just arrived for the support Shaker at 60 minutes. Doesn't have the Aftershock points to use quite yet, but man, with the Blink already there, Mech already done for this Mirana. Similar to Game 1, the Boom supports are just getting way more out of all these situations. Set up for success.
A smoke on the enemy side of the map. Kind of crazy. They were underneath a ward situation. Jing, he's going to break the smoke, try and slip on through. Pops the dust side of the Moonlight Shadow, but will not be able to escape.
This kill trio is pretty nasty around the map. Anybody dies 100-0. Could throw the Solar Guardian in if you really want, but...
Yeah, that's the counterplay available. With Aghanim Scepter done pretty quickly for Raven, it is the only shining point of this current setup in Game 2 for Nemesis. The only thing they can really hold on to, a hookshot initiation on a jab,
nice
no Solar Guardian, and a fissure that separates the two of them. Popped meta for that.
Moonlight Shadow's letting Armel get on the back line.
They have vision of managed to get out that Remnant into the arrow, though. The Bat Rider trying to get the grab, it fails, and instead, the ultimate only lands onto John Well. That is a wicked 6 streak, though. On John Well, they may not have caught the cord that they wanted to, but the support was worth a pretty penny.
That's 1,000 gold right there. He'll take that Mirana every day. Also, those Tearaway Illusions were doing some solid damage there. Still have some low armor heroes on the side of Boom. If you can get some fights going where the Tearaway can come in and be the artillery support, you have enough damage to win team fights right now. Blink on the bat would also go a long way in this type of game.
Yeah. Mac kind of has to give this to Jing, because
you're not getting it anywhere else.
No.
And the downside is, again, your supports game is slow enough that Boom can just start forcing objectives. A lot of confidence when Jabs joins up and provides that support.
Spotted with the rocket flare, far too late for Nemesis to do anything about it. So first Aegis of game 2 go to Boom. It's one thing for an Aegis on Medusa, considering the net worth lead that Jackie had, doubly dangerous, but Morphling, it's a different kind of danger. Now this guy can just rack up on the agility, go full damage without fear of getting caught out somehow. If he dies, it's whatever. He's got that second life.
He's in a very similar position. He's about 1,000, 2,000 ahead of the enemy carry. He has a significant XP advantage. This Morphling has been completely set up for success. He has saves behind him. He has a lot of stuns to play with. Absolute menace in the fight, and it's another game where Nemesis don't have the best direct tools to bring him down.
Blink Dagger is done. Lasso.
Yeah, gotta find something.
Hook shot. An arrow hits the clockwork as he was trying to get their outpost back into play.
Gotta find something here. Jabs is not the hero they want to run into.
No, certainly not. They needed something much better than this. They needed a lasso into the Solar Guardian, and instead it's going to be Eris who is found. As the Moonlight Shadow finds the opening there. And Nemesis, despite the item timing that they wanted to play around, will have to retreat and give up Tormentor to Boom. It's another objective for the Dire side.
That's brutal. I mean, you find anybody there, you're lassoing them, it's probably a kill. Except Jabs.
Except Jabs.
That's been his MO all game, though. Run interference, be on the front line, be on Nemesis' side of the map. Be interesting to see what his next item here is. He could go a lot of directions. Find Raven. They have the damage for this? He's tanky.
Might need to Solar Guardian the other side. Oh, the enchant totem. He held it for a little bit. Catches him midway through that very limited charge up time on the Aghanim Solar Guardian.
He got Hadouken by the Abaddon Helm Creep. That's what gave him the little extra damage there. Jabs contributing from across the map.
And now an Aghanim Scepter for the Void Spirit. So the matchup against this Quap, you know, lane, it's one thing, but now if you get an Aghanim Scepter before the Quap has an answer to this, she's just going to be dead on sight.
He's not going to have any sort of dispel or defense item for a long time against this. Have to rely on Solar Guardian.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
2 minutes left on Aegis if Boom want to try and force something with it. For the jump mid, I mean, Boom is very separated on the map right now if you lasso something. Still into this Aegis. Not too tempting, but you might just go for it and try and bring him down twice.
There is a word on this side of things. Jack Boys, he sees what's coming a little bit, pops his Manta, turns back around, almost kills Jing. And will kill him. Nice blink scream on the other side. And now Armel comes in with the amp damage, got him once with the silence, pull back into the arrow. Beautifully done by the combo of Armel and John Well.
You run your whole team into a solo Morphling, he's got Aegis, you don't want to commit on him, and you end up feeding 2 kills away instead. You have more initiation this game, and nothing to use it on. No good targets.
may just be deja vu. As Jackie might just push into the high ground and he may be untouchable. With the initiation that they have, though, the high ground push is going to be harder for Boom.
Yeah, it's way more difficult this game.
Far less confident about them being able to do it on the first Aegis. But they could just also control the map until second Aegis rolls around. Butterfly timing, that's going to be coming up. Wait for that as well.
Do have some solid rat action. Batrider, Terrorblade Illusions. Dawnbreaker can play on the other side of the map. You're making a smoke gank elsewhere. You have ways to play the map as Boom try and hunt you. As long as you don't get caught, you should find some decent net worth.
This courier has been killed.
You can even pick up a little courier here.
Dire are scanning.
But man, this Boom lineup is scaling. This is a scary lineup to go into 6 slots against in the late game. Even if you manage to rat it out, which is getting unlikely here, especially when this support duo, they have so much chain stun potential, they can basically kill anybody on their own.
Yeah. I love that Tims gets the extra farm off of that too with the neutrals. Jing not wanting to be outdone. The voice will spam. Mac tries to bail him out. He will not die.
Yeah, but can
to
Raven
the
get out of
vessel,
here?
but there's no way Raven gets out. He is so far away from home. I mean, the Clockwork's coming. They're going to try and bail each other out one by one. It's just not going to work.
I don't even know if that's worth it, to be honest.
I don't think it is. I think
Raven's
Raven's life is worth more than this Quap's.
In a way. The problem is if you don't get the Queen to start scaling in this game, the late game looks hopeless.
I guess. Yeah.
I just don't think Dawnbreaker can
Dire are scanning.
carry the late game fights against Morphling, Shaker, Void Spirit. There's too much mobility here. There's too much sustain. You're just gonna not be able to lock onto targets.
Oh, what? Missed a hook shot. I guess he was aiming for one of the TP illusions, and somehow his own carry juked him.
Too good.
Not gonna catch me sleeping. Ally or enemy. And Jackboy's like, okay, well, it didn't take much. I've got the butterfly. We've got to pick off. Let's go high ground.
Deja vu, man. Butterfly timing on a carry. Just go high ground. End this game early.
Has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks.
Nemesis once more don't have a good answer in this carry matchup.
Not to be too hindsighty here, but did you like the Terrorblade? They had a lot of options available for the carry.
I mean, I think it was more of a pick for what their lineup wanted, which was a hero to push the lanes out, a hero to scale, a hero to take objectives. It wasn't we're picking it because it's good against what Boom have proposed. It was a hero to make their lineup function, which I think is fine, but it was your last pick. I don't think the Morphling matchup is particularly inspiring. It's not great against the Shaker. It's not great against the Void Spirit. Rana kites you out. Like, it's just hard to hit targets this game with the Terrorblade. The Abaddon's your one good matchup, and he kind of dodged you. He didn't go items that are getting reflected here.
Under attack.
You know, it's Helm into Octarine. You reflect this Abaddon, so what?
Yeah, between that and the
Didn't even fully level the curse.
between that and the quickening facet, he's just gonna have his spells up all the time.
Very low cooldowns on this shield. Very cool build for the game. They're just grinding it out. Trying to get to BKB on the Morphling. Shiva's on the Armel Void Spirit, and then you're going to be tanky enough to force the next Roshan into high ground game-ending push. So clock is ticking for Nemesis. Their time at TI, you have to figure something out, figure it out right now. Scotty on Akashi is a pretty good opportunity to try and make something happen.
And they are going to go for a smoke off of it.
Yeah, you have to find something here. And I don't care who you run into, you got to start throwing out some lassos or some hook shots or something. Like, even if it's Abaddon or the Morphling, just throw it out, start the fight, trade ults, but you have to win a team fight here. Cannot back down.
Jing, high ground ward. Roshan roars. They're right next to the pits, but it's too late. The only person left in the pit is Jabs.
I mean, you gotta pull the trigger on something here.
Radiant are scanning.
Otherwise, Jack Boys, he's gonna force you to come back to your base. He's pushing another high ground. He says, you want to sit around the Roshan pit? Okay, I'll hit a tier 3. What are you gonna do about it? Apparently, Boom's gonna start the fight at the same time.
I mean, well, now it's a real question of what are we doing here, boys?
Yeah, like you're 5 on the other side of the map trying to contest this Roshan, and you're the ones that got picked off while your base is under siege.
The mobility in this lineup is incredibly problematic for Boom, or for Nemesis right now.
A
They
losing
don't have the
battle
lockdown.
on all fronts.
There's a
Get
lasso.
the initiation onto the Mirana. The Dawnbreaker ultimate, please tell me that, okay, they get that 1 kill. They got something out of the situation. It's
That's
a
a
kill
gem.
and a gem. They, using those ultimates, using that meta, using that Solar Guardian means they cannot contest for Roshan, but it's something.
Honestly, Boom might just go high ground right here because now you don't have meta. You don't have lasso.
Yeah, drop a banner against no meta TB. Who's going to kill the banner for you?
This could backfire against Nemesis pretty hard right now. Jackie Boy going to town.
I mean, it almost looks like Nemesis caught off guard here as they are so far away from defending their base. Jack Boys almost gets the melee barracks before anybody shows up.
I mean, you gotta feel for them a little. They finally made a successful play, and they're gonna lose a Rax for it.
Oh
Maybe
my God,
lose
he got
more.
caught by the Red, then he pulled back into his death. Akashi is done. Now the Sonic Wave goes out, trying to save Raven. It does not. It cannot push Boom out of their base.
Too
They are
strong.
here for good. Nemesis.
Morphling.
They can't handle him. They can't handle Jack
Going
Boys,
in.
and Jack Boys knows it too. He blinks into the throne to end this game here and now. And with a commanding lead, Tims will finish it off with an explosion of an Echo Slam. Boom will stay alive at TI.
Well, one of these teams had to go home. It's unfortunate they immediately